They're, I mean, it looks nice down there. It feels like maybe they even like flipped the bricks over or something, but there's just a lot of like sand on the top. I'm happy about this. It actually looks quite nice. Um, and they've got the stuff kind of in front of Albert Heijn done, and they're moving down the sidewalk, which is fine. You're probably heading off to lunch right now. There was some. It's a pounder. um, anyways, yeah. Um, I don't know what's going on today. I'm feeling a little wonky about things, and I need to. It's one of those things of like, something happens, I need to sit back, reassess, figure out what's going on. Yeah, they're all walking into Donor Imperium, or there's a bunch of people, so yeah, lunchtime is being had for most of the business people. Aaron's probably going to come out here in like 15 minutes or so, but yeah, I'm gonna see what's going on.
Guys, I don't.
Maybe I'll head out to the gym or something later today, but I need to think about some things. Well, this is about as much natural light as we're gonna get other than going outside. I'm not naked. I just don't have a shirt on. I've been getting more and more weird anxiety. And part of it was I went to the restaurant, and while I did talk with people, and I have the joke about hyphen soup, and it's not vegetarian, but it probably should have been, but it really wasn't. You know, it was labeled that way, and ate a bunch of desserts and stuff, and made jokes with some of the new guys. I don't know, like one of them had a waffle on a stick that they dunked in the chocolate fountain, but it was completely coated, and I just saw him pick it up from his plate, and I was like, "Did you hold it under until the bubbles stopped?" And he just lost it. You know, just like, you know, but it's just, after a while I was looking at my watch, and it was like, nobody talked to me. I didn't say anything to anyone for like 15 solid minutes, so I just paid and left. And then the meeting, I had dinner all set up, ready to go at my table, at my desk, pizza and everything, and then the thing gets announced that it's going to be in Dutch. Like I said, I'm already having trouble sorting out multiple streams. The ear, like, it's happening on like television shows sometime. I'm relying a little bit more on the captions when things are happening, because like in Andor, when there's people talking in the background and there's a bunch of people talking, I'll have to read the captions to make sure I know what the real dialogue is. To be fair, the cinematography is getting, is great and all that stuff, and they're good at keeping a background noise with the foreground noise necessary for what you need to hear, but you can't necessarily do that in real life, especially when it's all coming out, digitized, and there isn't a generic cohesion of stuff. It's definitely not that I don't want to play football. I like getting dirty. I like hitting the ground. I like tackling being just ridiculously aggressive. Like, I understand that some people prefer the more flag football, reach up and grab the ball, bat somebody down, run really fast. But that's not what I do. That's not what I like. And I don't want to lose that. I'm not going to. I just right now there's something very odd. I was fully aware to go to, but just like 4 o'clock hit and it just got really bad. Like I was just lying here and like I looked at my watch and it was like 1:11. And I'm like, I've been laying down for 10 minutes doing nothing. And my heart rate's over 100. And finally I nap a little bit. Aaron, I'm focusing on my heart rate and trying to feel if I could feel it elsewhere in my body. And then Aaron gets off work and he comes in and, he puts his hand over my chest and on my neck and stuff. And he goes, well, it's definitely beating hard, but it's not fast. I'm like, okay. Can't necessarily trust what the watch says all the time anyways, but it was definitely, Aaron was noticing that it's boom, boom, And like Roji said, maybe I should get my heart checked out. Well, this is the third recording. There's construction going on outside. It's like 3:25 right now. It's not that I don't want to go to football practice. There's something that spikes in my anxiety, and I know that that something can go really weird, and I don't, and sometimes I can't push past it. I get really, yesterday I was, everything was going good. It was 4 p.m. That video had been recorded yesterday for like 3.5 hours. And then I don't know. It feels like, after a fashion right now, what's going on is either this sertraline is really hitting me in a weird way this whole year, or the sertraline is calming things down and I don't know how to deal with it. Because it's sort of like when it's like dealing with a loud banging constantly of like construction all the time, and suddenly you go someplace, or you don't go someplace, but it just suddenly stops. And you're sitting in all your places and you're waiting for that sound to come back. And maybe that's it, that I'm developing anxiety from the lack of anxiety to replace the anxiety that's missing, but the anxiety can't grow. I don't know. It's not football. It is a little bit of the fact that I don't feel really a part of the team. Because I don't have the confidence in my language skills to be able to listen to multiple streams of stuff. That's what happened at the restaurant. There were so many people talking in our group. In the other group that was a different party. And I couldn't hear anything in the room. It was a kind of it was like a restaurant built out of a moose lodge. If anybody has any sense of what I mean by that one. Like, it had the old, 70s, 80s. There was everything about the room just felt like the Moose Lodge from Vancouver. The back room, the big event center, and I was like, the walls weren't echoing, but they weren't
dampening at the same time. They were like a little echoey. It was really hard. And then as the night went on, I was getting more anxious because I wasn't talking to anyone. I wasn't saying anything. I was just eating amongst a group of people. So that's why I left. And then the meeting was all in Dutch, and I was like, whatever. And I fully intended to go last night and ask people what was going on with the meeting, but I had everything bagged, too. And overall, I felt better by the time practice happened. But I was staying at home. If I would have gotten up and left and gone on the tram and the train and gone out to Hilversum and rode the bus and stood out in in the weather for a while until someone showed up at the gate, I could have had a chance to lose it out there, and I don't like losing it out there. But by staying home and giving me the chance to lose it here, kept me safe. So like we were watching a YouTube video when dinner got done at dinner got delivered at like 7:50. It's just how it is. And I feel like I'm letting the team down because I'm not going and I'm not being good at, getting control of this. After a fashion. And so, yeah, I don't know. This weekend, there's nothing really happening this weekend other than football practice. You really have to go. But hopefully it'll be in during the day, so it'll be fine when I feel energized. It's the evenings that I've been... Even while Aaron was in Sweden, I felt that way too. But that's part of it is I'm not really feeling a part of the team. Like the people that I was gravitating towards and stuff. Feel like it feels like they've generally just sort of turned away. And then I don't have the support I needed. I had, other than Martine, I don't really have any friends that I talk to outside. A little bit of my fault, a little bit of theirs. We're a conglomerated team. A lot of people don't come from the Hilversum area. And even the ones that do don't probably chat with each other much. Because Hilversum's a big village. Yeah. I don't know what more to do about this heart racing thing. I don't know if it's anxiety or if it's my brain making it happen because it doesn't want something else to happen. I don't have enough people around to bounce ideas off of me. And it feels like my detectiveness about my own self has reached a limit and I need people to work as reflectors. What are you guys doing out there? Oh, it's starting again. I will chat with you guys tomorrow. Hopefully Aaron and I will go out, maybe do something.